up on NAZ Today, one man is traveling the country to gain support for the legalization of recreational marijuana.
Plus, we sit down with the state park representative to tell us why this month is so important.
And welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Brooke Cowell.
And I'm Xavier Rangel. Thanks for joining us. Our top story tonight, the city of Flagstaff will be issuing $6.6 million in general obligation bonds at the end of this month.
Right, the bonds will be used to pay for the recent observatory Mesa purchase that cost $5.5 million that was passed by voters in 2004. They will also help fund the over $1 million enhancements to Bushmaster Park. We spoke with the parks manager of the city of Flagstaff to find out about some of these improvements.
Permanent restrooms on this side of the park. We'll have a large playground area designed that's more ADA accessible. We're looking at possibly in the future to add a skate surface. We're looking at a total of 4 ramadas, 1 large group ramada, 2,400 square feet, 3 smaller ones dispersed throughout the area.
The $1.1 million enhancements were authorized back in 1996.
Well, as you may know, this month is Archaeology and State Historic Monument Month. And earlier today, NAZ's Imani Payne talked with representative of our state parks to learn more about the significance of this month.
I'm now being joined by Chris Dobschutz of the Arizona State Parks. Chris, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes, thank you.
Now, this month is Archaeology and State Historic Monument Month, so talk to me a little bit about why we have these observations.
Okay, well, each March, Arizona celebrates the Arizona Archaeology and Heritage Awareness Month. As part of the statewide celebration, our preservation partners offer a variety of activities that provide visitors an opportunity to learn more about Arizona's past.
And I guess I'm just wondering what the significance is here. You know, why should I care?
Well, these resources are non-renewable and fragile. That means that they're not replaceable, and if they get damaged by looters or they get damaged by the elements, they're gone forever. That's why we need to take extra precautions to make sure we let the public know about these important resources and how we need to protect and preserve them.
And talk about some of the events that are going on here in northern Arizona throughout this month.
Brought up a good point. There are still some activities going on in Archaeology Month right now. Specifically this Saturday in the north at the Coconino National Forest is sponsoring V-Bar-V Heritage Site Discovery Days. At Humalavi near Winslow, there are guided tours of the Humalavi 2 site. In Fredona at the Pipe Springs National Monument, there is a sandal making demonstration on Saturday. And in Holbrook, the Petrified Forest National Park, there's a Native American arts and crafts demonstration.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today, Chris. And I'll make sure we get a list of those events on our website as well at naztoday.com.
Well, the legalization of marijuana for recreational use is always a controversial topic.
Now, one man is traveling the country gathering signatures on a petition to legalize the recreational use of the drug.
That's right. This man happened to make a stop right here in Flagstaff. NAZ Today's Kaylee Emery has the full story.
It's one man's mission, one man's dream to have marijuana legalized in the United States of America.
The recreational use of marijuana is often a source of great debate. Here in Arizona, while the medical use of the plant is legal, the law prohibits recreational use. New Mexican resident James Stevens, or as he now goes by 420 Jim, is traveling state to state gathering signatures on a petition to fully legalize marijuana in the United States. Now Jim is in Flagstaff gathering signatures from locals and tourists alike.
I'm figuring that if you can fight for your country at age 18, and you can smoke cigarettes and buy them at 18. I'd rather my grandchildren do neither, but they could go in the store and buy a pack of joints that God's put on this planet and don't interfere with, rather than tobacco that man puts 30 and 40 different chemicals in.
In the past few years, we have seen medical marijuana dispensaries pop up all over the country, but now pressure for recreational use is rising.
The stupidest war ever declared by the United States of America was the war on drugs. It's one you're not going to win.
Jim says the recreational use of marijuana is part of American history and has the potential to carry our economy in the future.
Tax marijuana like our founding fathers had, the taxes and the revenue you can make off of it is astronomical. Look at Colorado.
Jim says he is receiving support from people of all ages.
I've had people from 18 to 80 sign my petition, blow the horn, shoot me the peace sign, and thank me for being here. It's one man on a mission.
For NAZ Today, I'm Kaylee Emery.
Coming up, Arizona legislature tries to bring the film industry to the high country. We'll be right back.
Good morning, KJAC listeners. It's 68 degrees currently, so be sure to put on a coat for your morning commute. Traffic is light, so enjoy your drive to wherever the road is taking you this morning. KJAC Radio, 1680 AM.
Welcome back. The Northern Arizona Film Collaborative is working to make film production more relevant here in Northern Arizona.
Right, and earlier this week I sat down with Coconino County District 4 Supervisor Mandy Metzger to learn how this initiative can benefit the state. Hi, I'm here again with Mandy Metzger from the Coconino County Supervisor, and she's here to talk to us today about the state legislature's decision about film. What are they talking about over there?
Film. Well, as you know, in Northern Arizona, we have lots of opportunities for our students and for other filmmakers to produce films in this area. And for a long time, there hasn't been enough state support. So right now, there's a bill working its way through the legislative process that would actually create a state film office. And that's so when people from outside the state are interested in coming to Arizona to make films, there's a point of contact for them. However, in Northern Arizona, we're going even further than that. We have this group called the Northern Arizona Film Collaborative, and it's a group of filmmakers, talent scouts, other interested people working together to really actively bring documentaries, commercials, full-length films to this part of the country, and specifically to this part of the county.
And how are you hoping that this is going to benefit our county?
Oh, it's going to benefit us in so many ways in terms of economic development. Film is one of those industries that's pretty light on the land and yet generates great revenues. It'll be a wonderful place for the students to practice their talents and to get jobs after they finish school. There's nothing bad about it in terms of what it could bring to Northern Arizona.
And it's a great way to use this beautiful state.
It's a great way to use this beautiful state. You know, you look at New Mexico or California, other places that have, Colorado, that have active film industries, and because we've lacked the incentives in this state for filmmakers to come here, we have to basically create our own environment that is conducive and inviting to filmmakers. So we're all about doing that, and we have great talent at the table.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, we want you to come back and talk about this again because
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be ongoing. So, for more information, you can check our website, naztoday.com. Thank you for being here again.
Thank you.
Well, it is officially spring today, right? Which means baseball season. I know I'm really excited, but Diamondbacks in Australia.
Diamondbacks are in Australia. We have that and much more coming up right now on your NAZ Today Sports Minute. Well, March Madness may be heating up, but baseball season is about to start for the Arizona Diamondbacks. But first, let's start things off at the high school level as the Coconino boys baseball team compete in the Coach Bob National Invitational tomorrow, facing two Colorado teams. The Panthers play Golden High School at 12:30, and then Wheat Ridge High School. First pitch for that game is at 3:30. Moving up to the pros, the Arizona Diamondbacks start their season early when they face the Los Angeles Dodgers on Saturday in Australia. They will play 2 games on Saturday with Miley and Kershaw facing off around at 1 in the morning, so extremely early for us over here in the States. Then they play again at 7 p.m. before heading back to the States to wrap up their spring training schedule. Moving over to the court, the Phoenix Suns play tonight against the Detroit Pistons. The last time these two teams faced off against each other, the Suns fell 110 to 108. Tip-off for that game is at 7 o'clock at the U.S. Airways Center. Over to the ice, the Phoenix Coyotes take on the Boston Bruins on Saturday. The Bruins are currently in that first place spot in the Eastern Atlantic Conference, where the Yotes are fighting for a playoff spot. Puck drops for that game at 6. And that's going to do it for your Sports Minute.
Got a house full of Suddenlink with an all-new home phone service that can actually do tricks, like send voicemail to email.
It's your mother. Call me.
Automatically, and pop caller ID onto my TV, giving new meaning to call screening. Plus, I got E911 to pinpoint our house and unlimited long distance to flatten our bill. Suddenly, the phone company seems cheesy because Suddenlink just reinvented home phone and made it look easy.
I'm meteorologist Matt Tantow. Well, here we go as we get ready for the start of your weekend, folks. I thought I'd throw the map up there to show you what the nation's going to be doing. Of course, out west, we are going to continue to be just dry and sort of the same old story. But, of course, major low-pressure system is the jet stream sinking across the mid part of the country. Very cold air moving through the northern section of the country, including the Great Lakes. And, of course, some light rain all throughout the southeast and even some wintry mix along that boundary where the jet stream is. But for us, again, we are going to be dry. The only change for us, little breezy through the weekend and a little trough just cutting through. Nothing even big enough to show up on this map, but enough to cause some wind, cooler temperatures, but then right behind it, warmer weather in store for us. So for tonight here in Flagstaff, folks, we'll drop it down to 26. We're going to add a couple clouds in the forecast, mostly cloudy conditions. And then for tomorrow, we'll bump it up only to about 55. So the coolest actually day of the week for us. We have a few clouds in the mix and then just a slight chance as we head into Saturday evening for a slight little sprinkle of rain here in the northern sections of the state, really up to the Utah border is where we can see a slight chance of a sprinkle, and then we'll see breezy conditions as well and mostly cloudy skies for Saturday. Across the state, cooler temperatures compared to just a few days ago. 55 here in Flagstaff, 66 Tuba City, 63 in Payson, 68 in Sedona, 64 in Prescott. And it's funny that we're calling cooler temperatures 55 and 68, but in 81, I mean, they're teasing with the 70s, and we're, and it's again March. So pretty nice weather, but a little bit of a change than what we've been seeing the last couple days. Over the next 5 days, then, I'm going to drop it down to 54 on Sunday, and then 55 again on Monday, warming up to 61 on Tuesday, a few clouds here and there. And again, I can't rule out that we get a stray sprinkle on Saturday night or Sunday early morning, but then as we head into the beginning of the week, really drier conditions predominate, and we'll have upper 50s, low 60s across the Flagstaff region. And then for Sedona, pretty nice weather as well. I mean, we're dropping it down to a chilly 67 on Sunday, and then back up into the 70s before you know it. So really, all in all, pretty nice and pretty warm. I think we're just used to these warm temperatures. So when we knock it down to 67 degrees, we think we're chilly, but really, typically this time of year, Sedona would be in the low 60s and Flagstaff would be in the low 50s and, even a couple days in a row in the 40s. So we're looking pretty good for the weekend.
It's exciting to see some rain in the forecast.
Yeah, and more maybe next week. So Lee will have that next week, though. So.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Good night.